Good afternoon, Year 4. It is Wednesday, the 3rd of February, and this is your RE lesson for this week. Okay, we've been thinking about this big question: what do Christians believe about Jesus? And the work that you've been providing for me over the last few weeks has been some really interesting, thought-provoking things that you've been doing, and I've been very impressed with how you've managed that at home. So this week we're working at this smaller question: what do Christians believe about Jesus as a miracle worker? So we're going to be learning three things. There's three things for you to consider this afternoon. Some of us are going to think about retelling a miracle story. Some of us are going to think about the significance of the story for the believers. And some of us are going to consider and explain the significance to interpretation of why Christians believe in Jesus as a miracle worker. Now, I just want to explain these three colours in RE. We have used them in the past a little bit, but it's not like the colours in English and Maths that I've been putting on Teams. If you choose to do green, that's quite a straightforward task, and most people should be able to do green. If you choose blue, it's a little bit more challenging. There's a little bit more thought going into blue. And if you choose red, then that's a challenging task. And you should be putting a lot of thought and quite a bit more time into that. So what we're going to do, we're going to listen to and watch a story about Jesus performing a miracle. This link at the bottom here will take you to that story on YouTube, but also that link is on Teams with your task, and you will have if you have a little look at that now, pause this video, have a little look at that, you'll be able to understand the story that we're thinking about this afternoon. Okay, so that was the story of Jesus calming the storm with his disciples, and also walking over on the water towards his disciples as he was calming the storm. Jesus the miracle worker is a story in the Bible to do what we've been learning about this idea that Jesus is God. And this story shows his followers that he is God because he can do God-like supernatural things. For example, in this story, this miracle story, he's calming the storm and he's walking on water. And we're going back to this idea that the people that wrote the Gospels wanted to show that Jesus was God and human at the same time, but that the miracle stories are predominantly about showing Jesus as God, that Jesus can do the same things as God. He can do things like calm storms, walk on water, and quite a few other things that we'll be exploring in the next couple of weeks when we look at some of these other miracles as well. Okay. Okay, so if you want to choose the green task, there's an attached comic strip, and I want you to retell the story that you've just seen on YouTube. You can use speech bubbles, you can use pictures, and it needs to be done in quite a lot of detail. I think there are 8 boxes up there. For most people, though, that is not quite challenging enough, so most people I would expect to be doing blue. Explain the significance of the story for Christians today. I want you to retell this miracle story as if you were an eyewitness at the event. Write a diary and include some thoughts and feelings about who the eyewitness thought Jesus was. Now, I've done quite a lot of work on diaries, so you need to imagine you were there when you saw Jesus walking on water and calming the storm. Retell that story, but include thoughts and feelings. So, for example, you might say something like in your diary, he must be God because only God can do these great miracles. So using that reasoning sentence type language, by using things like because. Okay, that's if you choose blue task. Red task is the same predominantly at this bit here, but there's an extra challenge if you choose to do red. How might Christians today interpret this? How might it impact on their life? If you're a Christian today in a church, reading or watching these stories of Jesus and the miracles, what does it do for your belief? How does it help you with your belief? in Jesus as God? What does it do? How does it make you think? Can you explain that maybe for Christians today? A little bit more to it. That quite tricky. Take a little bit of time and a bit of thought. Okay. So if you could upload your tasks on Teams for me. If you need to play the story again, as I say, the link is here. I'll post it on Teams and I'll also put it on the task, so you've got plenty of opportunities to watch that story. Okay, have a good afternoon, Year 4. Goodbye.